is your old pal John Hart, and let's paint something wonderful today. Alright, so today, guys, I'm gonna paint this little robot dude. I did this. This is another really old piece. It's got to be 5 years old or so. And I've had it sold it as a print forever, and it's been very popular. And I just sold a copy yesterday or something. But this is a nice guy. He's kind of got that kind of, maybe a kind of a lonely little robot vibe. I will start with a blank palette, some white paint, get in there, some yellow paint, Indian yellow, and some transparent red iron oxide. And let's get a little bit of matte medium on there, and a little bit of retarder just to keep the canvas nice and wet. So I'm just going to get the clear stuff on here. This is a piece of plywood. I threw some greenhouse paint on it just to give a kind of a gesso coat. I don't know if it's what's recommended, but it's what I do. So let's see. I'm just throwing some paint on here. I'm just throwing paint on there, and I'm just throwing paint on there. I just kind of want to get that green covered up a little bit. Let me just fix this right here. So I'm just kind of getting a layer of paint. And I think I'm at the same basic position, and a robot. A lot of artists do robots like this in that old 50s style, or even, that's more of like a 40s style robot, I don't know. Or maybe even a older vision of robots, but I like it. He has a little bit of personality. Get some of that yellow on there and some of the white. Now this is some big sloppy paint on here. Okay, that's pretty good. I'll just dunk that in there. I'll get the smaller brush and figure out how this guy is going to go. I kind of want the basic robot to take up most of this shape, and what I plan on doing is cutting this shape out with a jigsaw and putting it on something else. I have another piece that's a little bigger. The other piece is 20 inches by 25 inches. So let's see. This robot is like a tin can type of guy, right? And I think I like how he's sitting out here. So let's say I'm just getting loosey-goosey until things start to get together. So I'm gonna figure maybe feet are gonna be there. Maybe that's a little too big, but that's okay. And then maybe the bottom of his torso is gonna be here. And he's a little skinny right now, but he might be bigger. We'll see how he goes. I kind of want his head, I want his head on, I want him to have a neck of sorts. And I don't want his head to be so dang straight. So he might be like, kind of going like that, something like that. We'll see. And then his arms are gonna go like, I want him to look like he's sitting down. So I'm taking a few things into consideration here. Number one, how this maximizes this space, and how the I'm planning on cutting this out with the jigsaw, so I don't want any really skinny parts hanging out, which could be problematic when cutting, number one, and when attaching it to the other panels. So I don't want, like, you know, like something sticking out like that, because that would just be difficult to deal with. So I'm gonna putz around a little bit more and see what I can do here. Unless I don't make him sitting down, but I kind of like that. Let's see, if he was sitting down, let's give him a little cocky, a curved look here. So he's going like that, and let's see, he could either have his arms going back, like he's sitting like that, which doesn't seem to work for me. Or maybe he can have his arm, maybe I got it. He's got his arms out here, right? He's sitting down, and he's got something in his hand he's looking at, like a little birdie or a little mouse or something. But I don't even know if you can see those in the shapes, but that's the direction I'm going. So let's see, I like him holding something. He's loving something that isn't mechanical like him. The classic robot story. I'm just a robot and I can't love anyone. Oh God, I'm gonna cry. Okay guys. Yeah. Alright, let's see. Got his head going there. I'm still working out the shapes. And his torso's here. And I think, yeah, I like the idea of the torso being two cylinders like that. Okay, so, or two, maybe not cylinder. Maybe the top part is more boxy. So, and the bottom part is cylinder-y. And if we can, he's got big feet, right? Maybe his feet don't need to be that big. Yeah, if I make the feet bigger, I can push them together towards the robot without having any spaces in there that I have to cut. So that's kind of what's going on here. So here's a foot. Let's see. So I think it would go like this, more like at this angle. So he's down there. That 1 foot. That's still too high. Yeah. Look at this. What a smooshy board. None of this is even close to dry yet. But I think I know what I'm doing. I think I know what I'm doing. So got the head, neck, the upper torso part right there. I'm making this really dark. And then this guy. So actually, maybe the upper torso part is going at an angle, and this is going straight, so he's kind of leaning over. And the feet are there. And you can still see the front legs going in without that little hole there. So I'm pretty happy with that. So yeah, he looks very boxy and robot-y. And let's see, I feel like the foot needs to be there. And do the same thing here. I want this foot to be about the same size. I think a robot with irregular shaped feet, not irregular, but not equal feet, it's got to be like a robot reject. Maybe we can make that a robot reject, but not with the feet. Okay. Alright, I'm just babbling on, trying to work this out in my head, how he's going. So he looks pretty good here. He's kind of leaning over. Let's see. If he's looking, we have to have him looking down at what's in his hand. And let's see. I think I figured out. Boom. So that's going to be kind of the. his shoulders, so we can kind of see his shoulders. So he's like, you see his shoulders because he's looking down, so you're seeing the top part of his shoulders. So we want him looking down. We want him looking at this very nice thing he is holding in his hand. And it will be obvious that he's holding something in his hand. And that's the other hand, so it goes like that. It looks like he's cradling or cuddling something, so it's a very loving scene. And we'll do the same with the top here, because his head's going to be bent down a little bit, so you're going to see the top of his head, right? And there's just that, you know, the edge around there. So it's coming together. And I kind of like, I mean, this is really loose here, but I like how I rendered the feet here with the built-in treads in here. And he's red. I kind of like that. That came out pretty good. I almost want to go gray, but no, I don't want to go gray. But whatever. I know how the treads are going to go somewhere. Okay, I got the basic shapes down. Now I got to figure out how to make it all work. I think I'll stick with that brush. It's really wet still, but I'm gonna throw on piles of paint. So let me see if we can get a dramatic kind of shadows in here, like a light. Let's have the light source coming almost from right here. This is our, come on, paint work. There we go. So instead of from the top, really mostly from the side. So we'll see a lot of brightness on the left and shadows on the right, if I do this correctly. Or if I remember about the whole light thing, because that can be forgotten about real quickly. But maybe not with my big white arrow I painted. All right. So he won't have much of a neck either, which is probably for the best, but we have to be able to see where his neck is coming from. So his neck is coming from there. Let's make his neck bigger. I'm just drawing shapes now. So this is, his top part is kind of a cube type thing, is it called? Or what's like a quadrilateral. A quadrilateral, but in 3D. An extruded quadrilateral. And I think how the arms are working is we're gonna have these like little round things here, right? That the arms are coming out of. So I think that's a good thing going on there. And that's good. The paint, you can't see it. It's still wet, but it's a little tacky. It's starting to dry now, which is good. Let me get some yellow on here. So we'll make this the front. And he needs to go down more like that. You see, yeah, you see how his chest is bent, so we'll have this guy. Also, the bottom part's gonna be bent just a little that way. And maybe we can put something up here that like makes it look that he can bend there. I don't know what that is yet, but we'll figure it out. Okay. Okay. These are thrown. I know where the arms are, but I'm just painting over it now because it's throwing me off. It's distracting me. So this is the bottom part. That's where the legs are going in. And maybe yeah, maybe you can see like something like a tube, like just what the neck is, connecting the top to the bottom. Maybe that way. Bing. So this way, I think I can make it work pretty good here. I feel like we're seeing the side of his foot, but it is slightly at that angle, so I'm going down here. And this guy, he's going in there. And let's see if we can put him slightly at the same angle. So, yeah, that's nice. So his feet are out like that, and he looks a little more relaxed, a little more casual. So, I like the idea. I'm gonna make him really kind of crooked looking. I might make him look like really like a beat looking robot. So I'm gonna put some just loosey-goosey lines around here. See where they take us. That's a little bit of a dip down there. So that'll be okay. I'm not too worried about, let me make the shoulders a little wider at the top. And let's see. That's too much, but whatever. Let me see. You see, it's coming together. It's starting to come together. This is the most exciting part of the painting sometimes. It's just finding the painting. So I'm pretty excited here. Okay. I think I'm going the wrong direction here. I think he might look better that way. Okay, got some white up here. And I think what I want to do, I kind of know the shapes mostly now, and I just want to add kind of where the highlights and the darks are going to be. So, and it's nice because this is starting to dry, so I'm not pushing around the paint that's underneath it. That's, go like that. Go like that. And then let's just get the yellow in between. And we know where the eyes are gonna be. Well, we don't, but we know we'll have to make a decision somewhere. You see, you already got that kind of almost golden metallic look. I don't want him to be golden. He might be. Wouldn't it be nice to have a golden robot? Ooh. Ooh, we might have a golden robot. Yes. We might have a golden robot. I've got a golden robot. Wasn't that a song? Oh, that was from Willy Wonka. That's a ticket. Robot. Oh, God. Okay, that's the outside of the shoulder, because he's got like a round shoulder coming up. So, and then and you see, I'm just kind of getting a little bit of paint right there on the edge and just using the, you know, holding it like this and just kind of flapping it out. I don't know what the right word is. But flopping and flapping have been kind of my go-to words. Yeah, one of these days you're just gonna have your robots come and do all this stuff for you. Wow. So right now it's just a lot of drawing. I know his, let's see if I can get, okay, I feel like this is not, I think this needs to go here. Nope, that does not need to go there. That needs to go here. That looks a little better. I'll get some white on there. Get the back. Yeah, I feel like this shoulder isn't as that's okay if he's not equal. Okay. That's good. We're gonna get this shoulder. Ooh, it's a big flop of paint. That's okay. It's gonna be round. It's nice using these big brushes, but sometimes they're just kind of too big. And but I'm not shying away. I'm not shying away from it because of that. And I kind of lost where this bottom part is going. Okay, that's the side here. So his arm, I feel like this shoulder has to come out a little bit more to make it believable that he's his arm's coming in front of him. And even bigger, maybe. There we go, and we'll do the same thing on this side. So shoulder, you're not gonna see as much of it here because this is blocking more than that one is. I think. Who knows? We'll fudge it. I'm not trying to get too caught up in the details. All right, so we got him here. That's his shoulder thing. I think his shoulder thing needs to come out more. And then, would we say his, I kind of lost where his arms were supposed to go. So, he's holding something. And that's okay. His forearms are really short compared to his upper arms. But that's okay. And maybe we can keep him pretty skinny. So I think I'll have one hand overlapping the other. So he's maybe got two hands like that or something like that. But let me figure this out. I feel like I haven't quite made this right. So I don't know if this is the right brush either. And then, you know what I'll do? I'll make like a round thing here, right? And a round thing here. This drawing this is a little more involved than I thought it would be. That's okay. Nothing's easy. Nothing is easy. And I don't have to, he's a robot, but his arms don't have to be freaking straight. They can be bent like that. And then this guy's coming here. And he's holding something, so I kind of got that going on. I don't think. Let me just get some paint on here. I don't know if this needs to be light or dark. The bottom of the shoe. Probably a little darker, but it has to have some hard shadows, like where these lines are. And I'm gonna do a few of them right now. So this is a line, a line, a line, a line, a line. Same thing here. They're not great. They are parallel to the ground. They're parallel to his. I don't know what it's parallel to. Okay, that looks pretty good. And they're kind of I like how this one is bent in. I kind of want this one bent in now too. Yeah, looks very foot-like. I'm afraid this is going to take forever. And let's see, I want to, you know what, I'm drawing this, I'm going to draw it the way I want it, even if it's going to take a little longer. So, I like how the bottom part is kind of like, kind of a different type of metal, a different type of piece than the top one. So he has a jaw. That's what I'm looking. The bottom one is his jaw. That's what it is. So he's got a big jaw right here. He's got a hole there for the rivet. So he's not going to be looking at the audience, he's looking down, so his eyes are going to be like that. I need it a little bit more over here. I put him off center because his head is kind of tilted this way, but let's see if I can make him more like that. Oh dear. Oh dear, I need to unschmutz things. So yeah, he's kind of tending to his little pal that's in his hand. I wonder what his little pal will be. Maybe it'll be, I'm not even going to think about that this episode. I'm going to think about that next episode. So my original thought was a bird, because a bird would be cute and everything, but maybe it's something really awkward. He's giving this loving look to something, and it might be not a bird. It might be a cup of coffee. It might be his iPhone. It might be a thumbtack. It might be a cookie. It might be like a spider. Ooh. Dude, anything could be going on here. I'm going to do some more outlines because I feel like I really need to, define where everything is coming from. And I feel like I'm going to go like that. And look at that. That little bit there makes me so much more happy. Okay, so this part's going down here. Here's that little nodule that his arm's going into. Right, and then this guy's coming out here. And we'll make you go like that. And maybe he just has little, maybe he doesn't have hands. Maybe he just has little discs, like little plates. We'll do that for now because we don't want to draw hands. Hands are hard, man. Yeah, how do you draw a hand? You go thumb, finger, and the other finger. And yes, I only draw hands with 4 fingers. And then you kind of smush it all together and go like that and say, hi. Or maybe that looks more like a Thanksgiving turkey, actually. But I should do that. I haven't done that we did that one time one Thanksgiving. Martha, my daughter Martha, had a party around Thanksgiving time, and we all made those hand turkeys. It was kind of fun. So, maybe he's got those clampy things, just like a clamp on the end of each thing. Yeah, that's it. God, they look so small. I want his arms to be longer. Oh dear. What am I going to do now? Or maybe I was kind of on the right track, but got frustrated with how it initially looked. So let's try that again. So maybe I can definitely make it look like he's coming out. You know what? I just originally didn't want his arms going right down to his crotch area, but I think I will. Let me get some of this stuff off. Wow, it hasn't even dried. The first layer hasn't completely dried. All right, here we go. We're going whoop and whoop. So this way it looks like he's got that. Okay. That and that. So. Okay, so he's going down here. I think I just really do need to make the arms longer. And I think that does it. I feel better about that. This is kind of a lot of detail. Or I could have just drawn it out in the beginning, but I would never do that. Although I do that a lot. I do a lot of sketching, like a lot of sketching. And I'll go back to those sketches as references. Yeah, that's a little better. The last version, his forearms were way too stubby and they seemed a little uncomfortable. And the last thing I would want to do is make this robot or anyone around this robot uncomfortable. Okay, so something's there. Something's going to be in his hand, and I just need to redefine the top of this because I got a little off key. Something here. Just getting back away from the drawing and more of where the light is hitting, because I think I got most of the drawing stuff done. Get out layer. Oh, I can make him crying. I really try not to make sad things, but sometimes it's okay, I guess. Let's see how this goes. No, this is kind of more loving than sad, so I'm happy with it. You don't have to be jumping up and down and dancing and smiling all the time to be happy. There you go. That's starting to make sense. Oh, I forgot that my light source was here. See, I knew I would forget that. So I just want some hard whites on the left side of things. So I'm gonna go more like that. Still gonna have this nice hard line there, but just there's more white on the left side of his head. So I need to fix this because I can't paint up there, so I need to make this end here. Yeah, his head looks kind of schmooched. Let's fix your head. So I think you need to come more like that. More like that. That's a little better. Yeah, it's a fun little guy. You see, he's got a little personality. I don't like how his upper lip, his bottom lip is like that. It's like he's thinking, let me see if I can putz with it a little bit. I feel like I could. And maybe that was the solution, I just didn't like it. So if I could go, maybe. Yeah, I think yeah, that's kind of a more thoughtful look. Before he just looked kind of dopey and like he had an underbite. Yeah, an underbite. Unlike me, who has an overbite. No, I have an underbite too. Well, my jaw tends to go back, so I have an overbite because I snore at night. But I won't get into that, though my wife will tell you all about it. But there you go. Oh, you know why it's looking like an overbite? Because I'm putting the dark on top of it. It makes it look like it's... Let me get rid of it and you'll see what I mean. Or I'll see what I mean. Yeah. Okay. That's really hard, but that's okay. I know where things are now. Okay, now I'm just gonna meld things together. Meld, blend. Meld is a bridge term, or it's a card term. And I think melding means just getting your initial, that's the wrong brush, I don't want to use that one. Your initial points or whatever. Alright. So he looks pretty good. He's coming down there. That looks so much better. I had his head just going at such a weird angle. Okay, he's pretty happy. He's content. And we still get to show his neck. That's what I was concerned about in the beginning. There's his neck. And since we're there and it seems dry-ish under here, I'm just gonna put the shadow from his head. And it's not going to be directly under it because our light source is coming there, so it's going to be kind of like that. And this is going to, the neck's going to be really dark just because it's pretty much under the head. And no light wants to go there. Light just wants to be where it is, but I will do that just to indicate that that's coming out. You see, that's already looking cool. I'm putting that hard white on there. So that's reflecting off the bottom edge of the ridge that's in his shoe. And it's believable. Let's see, I feel like he's going off, so I'm gonna make you. Just want to make sure I know where the edge of his shoe is. Okay, kind of screwed this up, so I'm gonna have to make him a little bigger, his shoe a little bigger. Come out to here. Okay, I'm happy with that. And I want to define where his legs are, so you can see his leg going into his torso here. So that's his bottom of his leg. Come on, buddy. That's the bottom of his leg. Going in there. So it's behind his hands or his arms. And the same thing here. You can see it going in there. And you can kind of see part of, maybe it's going there. It's going there. Okay, I can see that. And a lot of this too is drawing and redrawing until it just feels right. So. Okay. All right, that is basically drawn out. Not like extended beyond its usability thing, but it's drawn. I drew a picture. That's what I did. And I don't know what I'm gonna put in doing background. I think I might do something like that, and I'll save that till next episode, is just do the background. I like what's going on there. I like what's going on there a lot. It's really interesting. I don't know what color he's gonna be, but I think I'll just draw a little bit more. I'm not drawing what's in his hand because I don't want to know that until next episode. But let me put a little bit more. Okay, so this guy, I just stepped back and looked at him. He looks a little clunky. I think I want his jaw to be bigger. Just a little bit. Oops, wrong color. So I just want to make it a little bigger. Oh, and I got a little paintbrush this time. I just grabbed it. So I think I lost his neck, but that's okay. I was kind of over concerned about that, but no big deal. And I lost that, but we'll find it again. This is Bob. Yeah. And this is just coming out too far. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna define my outline right now. And this right here, what I'm doing here, it's just to help me visualize where his edges are, because I get a little sloppy. Or let me use the correct term. I get loose. I get sloppy. I'm a sloppy dude, man. Look at my freaking hands. Look at my life. I'm covered with paint. Yeah. Okay, so and this here, especially here. You see? And there's not going to be any shadows on this layer. I'll paint the shadows on the background layer, which I will address at some point. There we go. So he's coming out really good. I wonder what his name is. Alfredo. Alfredo. Make the sauce. Okay. Let's see. This foot's a little bigger. I got concerned about that earlier, but I don't think it's a big deal. This is great white too. It just has great coverage. Great opaque white. So there's a little bit of kind of a divot. I'm not thinking of the word, like a place I need to cut into, but that's not a big deal. That's not a big deal at all. So this is going to help when I cut this out with the jigsaw, because that's all right. I'm making his head a little bit that's all right. He's a little bit cattywampus. Is that the correct word? A little bit slanted. You know, some of these words you're talking and you start throwing out words like, I know I used that word. I don't know if I used it correctly or not. Okay. Feel like bottom drawers there. Boom, 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 boom. I won't sing that song. I know. I feel like this is wrong. He's got that. He looks really good. He looks really good. I'm just going to do some detail-y stuff. And what brush do I want to use? What brush? Let's try this one. It's kind of pointy. I'll try a pointy brush. And again, this one is gnarly. That's my favorite word for brushes, because I have more gnarly brushes than anyone ought to have. Yeah. Okay, now I put that shadow under his head earlier, but it kind of disappeared from stuff. But I still want this neck visible, so I'm gonna just fudge it a little bit. Yeah. The shadow doesn't always have to be anatomically correct. So that's good enough. Let's see, you're a robot. Let's see. Robots always have some sort of like devices on their front panel. So this will be your front panel right here. Maybe you have a door. Maybe just a simple door would be nice. Leading into where you gotta, change the battery or something. I need a better brush. Let's get this nice and yellow. And again, this I kind of like the idea of this being a golden robot, but it's not gonna happen. I know I'm gonna find like a really cool purple or something that I'm gonna use. I want my purple robot. I'm still getting lost down here because I don't really have his hands. defined, and I need to make it happen. So they're kind of there, but not. Okay, I want to just get a good hard shadow in here. So this is mostly in shadow, but I'll leave just like a crease of light right around the edge to say this, the light's peeking in a bit. And it might be right there. That looks good. That looks shadow-ish. I just want to make sure that's a little darker, just to say that the bottom part is rounded. Because I got a little unfinished in that. I might invest in some new paintbrushes. What do you think of that?
You could always clean and wash.
Or, yeah, I could always clean and wash. Thank you. Thank you, producer man.
It is a video idea.
I know. And I keep saying I need to do a paint cleaning day, a paintbrush cleaning day. But it's just awful. Cleaning. Ugh. Okay. Okay, now I'm kind of just getting the a lot of this, you know, the darks and lights figured out here. Right. Yeah, that's starting to make sense. This needs to go like so. That wrong one. Go there. Too much. And the reason I just used my fingers, I wanted to kind of blend that in, but there's still a big glob of white on here. So. I'm still not 100% sure, but I have a feeling whatever he's holding is going to be mostly over it. So let's give him something to hold. What are we holding? I'm just drawing glooby stuff on there right now. Okay, this is what you're holding. You're holding this thing. Oh, it looks like I see a little eyeball in there. Oh, I could make you a puppy dog. Okay, I might make you a puppy dog. Or a spider. A puppy dog or a spider. I just drew a puppy dog. He's a puppy. Alright. Or maybe he's like a decapitated dog. A dog. Well. No. I'll make it something dog-ish. Or it seems kind of cute-ish. Whatever it is, it's gonna be. I think I'm making a cute little puppy dog. I'm okay with that. People like dogs. People like their pets. You know what? I don't like doing pet portraits, but I've done a bunch of them just because people like it and they pay money. And I have one I'm sitting on. I have to finish still. I just have to finish it. Yeah, he looks pretty good. I've never painted a puppy like this before. See? Oh. The creation process. Okay, remember, Johnny, light source is on this side. So we're going to get a heavy light on this side, the left side of the painting. God, he looks pretty good, man. Look at that. You know what? You saw what I did? I just put a blob of paint and I saw a dog and I painted him. And he's like a little puppy dog. Oh, you know what I can do? I know what I can do. I feel like I can put this puppy dog in a box, right? And this is that secret I was talking about maybe before or a different episode. I'm covering up where his hands are because I haven't figured out a solution. So this is the solution. And let's see. Yeah, I'll draw a cardboard box. I do a cardboard box. And let me just draw a little bit of the side so we know. Actually, let's draw a little bit here so we know he's coming out of a box. And the hands are back there. I feel like... Oh, here we go. Maybe I'm going to include the hands here. So the hands go down the side. Ugh. Ugh, 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 ugh. And the hands don't go down the side. We'll save that one for next episode. How to effectively hide hands. Put them behind a box. Or maybe this isn't a box. Maybe it's like a can of I was thinking like a can of cat food. That might be the solution. But if not, it's a can.
Yeah.
Or it just happened. You see how it happened? And I found it. I don't want to take credit for all these things that come to my head. Or they don't even come to my head. They're put in front of me. They're presented to me. Oh, this is throwing me off that hand I drew. Alright, this is just a sloppy brush. I got too much stuff on there. I just want to make it nice and dark. There we go. There's some dark there. Okay, so it looks like he's in something. Ooh, he might be in like a radioactive container. Well, yeah. I feel like that's the right size. I feel like I'm spending too much time on this, but I really like what's going on here. So I think I'll figure the rest of it out this next episode, but that got that whole area fixed, the problem I was having. And I'm gonna make you kind of right there. I need to stick with just kind of getting, not trying to blend too much, because I am putting color over this next episode, but I just want to understand where the highlights are, where the light areas are. It looks like he's crying. There we go. Think. There we go. More believable. Just down like that. Yeah, like that. That's good. Just up at a higher angle. It's good. You get some dark on here. It's easier to say that. Dark, light, middle. I can't think of the colors on such short notice. So it's going to be a lot darker over here. And this is going to be where his little thing is to the nut that attaches his jaw to his head. Whatever. Boom, boom, boom. It's going to be really dark under here. Go dark back there, dark here. They're pretty well defined. I don't need to do anything there. Step back. This looks right here. It's just a little iffy. Let's try this brush. And just a drop of white. Or a drizzle. Which is way too much. I just want this to go over there, and I want to define exactly where this side of the arm is. That's good, and that's defined. Same thing here. I just kind of want this nice and dark where the shadow is. That's good. And lighter where the shadow is not. Quite look right, but I don't care. Yeah, that looks right. Boom, boom. Little puppy dog. Alright. I don't think I'm going to do anything else tonight. So I'm done with this today. I'm really happy where it's at. I'm really excited to put some color on this next sitting. In the meantime, I'm going to paint a background on here and have this ready for next week and have this guy cut out already, so we'll be able to paint color on him and match him up to this background. So, hey, thanks for stopping by, guys. If you're an artist, a creator, a musician, a knitter, a chemist, do your thing, do it well, and do it wonderfully.